What's up, y'all? It's Jonah and Daniel here with the Heli guys again, and we're finally getting to part 2 of the Goblin 630 build. So we're going to get it put together today and hopefully be able to maiden by this next coming weekend.
Yep, we got a brand new Pt.2 with Bluetooth integrated coming. Brand new battery charger. One of our battery chargers, our most used battery charger, is not wanting to charge our 6 cells anymore. So, new charger, 2 new batteries for this bird, and all the goodies that go along with it. During this build, I will be taking snippets of everything that we found wrong with it, being that we got this used, and I'll do a little more in-depth clips during the montage for you guys. Other than that, looking forward to getting it put back together and getting it in the air.
Also, don't forget to check out our website linked in the description below if you want to support our channel and kind of help us get the content that y'all want to see. You can buy our sticker packs below. Other than that, we'll get to the montage.
So I don't know how many of our subscribers or our viewers are Saab flyers out there, and I've never flown one before, but everything I hear is these are the Ferraris of the sky as far as helis and in the radio control community. Really looking forward to flying this thing. With that being said, picked this one up used. If you saw the previous video, you saw us do the teardown. There were some things that I wanted to address, and I've been going through and comparing notes between the manual and what I found. Now, please, by all means, hit us up in the comments, and if I'm screwing up somewhere, let me know, because this is a totally new machine to me. So these springs that come on the motor mount plate, I'm not sure exactly how crucial they are. Sure, it's going to fly without it, but I don't have any, and I couldn't find anywhere to source some on short notice. I did get a spring box from Harbor Freight, so that should fix this spring here that was bound up. There are belt tension springs that go in these holes right here. I don't know if you can see those from there. Let me start another little video just so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
I can just zoom in real quick.
So anyhow, there are belt tension springs that go in these little tiny holes here, which is a really neat feature, and I was really hoping to be able to use that, but finding a spring that small with that amount of tension on it, I couldn't make it happen. I've been looking. I'm gonna have to order them. I don't think it's that crucial. Like I said, let me know in the comments if it is. Other than that, you have this springs that go under the washers here for the adjustment plate. Really neat stuff. Really like the design of that. If you did watch the previous video on the teardown, when I pulled the servos out, I found them to be asymmetrical. 2 of them had ball linkage installed on the very end of the servo arm. This one had it installed on the second hole in. every other helicopter I've flown, that's going to cause some weird flight characteristics. This one was on the elevator side, whereas the other two were on the aileron sides. But I'm going to change that, make that the way it should be, I believe. And then linkage, head linkage. These things were screwed out so far. Definitely going to address these with a micrometer. There's a lot of slop in these aluminum threads here. They are quite dirty, and it looks like the ball link is buried inside of your secondary link. Sorry about that. Anyhow, so I'm going to address those and go through and cross-check everything in the manual, as well as rebuild the head, re-grease everything, do a good once-over on the swash plate, make sure it's greased up and working well, and as well as the head block. Other than that, those are the major issues. If I find anything else, we'll cut out of the montage and address those during the video. So hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, hit me up in the comments, let me know if I'm screwing up, please, because I really want to see this Ferrari fly. Cool, let's get after it. Alright guys, so going back in with the main shaft, it seemed extraordinarily tight. I had to actually use some manual persuasion by way of tapping on the main shaft with padded end of my pliers here. My rubber mallet was out in the shop and I just didn't feel like going and getting it. But she's lined up, everything is through. Just wondering if that's something that y'all have encountered. The tolerances actually being that tight that you have to bang it through. And this main shaft has been verified straight. So yeah, I just wasn't expecting that. And right there, it's free. And then it starts to get kind of tight pulling up on it. Hard to do this with one hand, but yeah, it gets really tight right there. I had to get it past that spot, but everything spins freely. So I don't know. Like I said, hit me up in the comments, let me know. this is another one that goes out to the Saab owners. After installing the transmission shaft, there is a ever so slight amount of up and down play. Now, I have installed both of the bushings as prescribed by the manual, and that's all the hardware that was in this during the teardown. It's not much. It's just a little bit of up and down play. Have you all experienced that as well? Let me know. Thanks. Alright, you guys, we've made it to the point in the rebuild where it's time to add the belt tensioner. Now then, when I tore this thing apart, somebody decided it was a good idea to put JB weld on the belt tensioner to hold the spring in place. And then, upon closer inspection of the spring, it is very disfigured. Don't think it should be like that new. So I'm going to try and match it with something out of my Harbor Freight kit. I know. You guys are probably going to yell at me for that one. But if it doesn't look like it's going to work, I won't use it. And I'll try to reuse the original. So, yep, that's where we're at. Alright, you guys. I think I've got the spring situation figured out here for the belt tensioner. Now, they had that. Oh, come on, focus. They had that little tiny hole that spring sits in. Somebody had decided to put JB weld in it to hold the spring in place originally. I decided a screw was a much better fix. I feel better about that. Yell at me in the comments. All right, you guys. I with the spring modification, whoop, there it went. I like it much better. We stretched that spring out a little bit, put the screw in to hold it so it doesn't slip out of the tension arm. With one round on the spring, it's very mild, very weak. We go 2 rounds on the spring. That feels very nice. Plenty of tension for that belt. Not too much, not too little. Very happy with it. Oh, there it went.
All right, in the process of getting this filmed, our main camera is completely out of storage space. So we're gonna have to figure something out.
Stick around for part 2. There's still plenty more to cover getting this thing put together. I'm recording. Do something cool. Oh.
Selecting model. Interesting stuff. Is this camera worthy? Is it camera worthy?
Sure, why not?
Will my footage make it into your YouTube video?